Hi, everyone.
Hey, it's your girl, author Pamela J.
Miss LT here.
It is thedoorradio.com on YouTube. We are live right now. You guys remember to please hit the subscribe button, subscribe to thedoorradio.com on YouTube, and we will also be about to start the show. Brown Girl hashtag we got this.
Brown Girl hashtag we got this.
So, the show is it's going to be a good show today. We have two amazing guests that's coming on. We have Audra Powell from Brooklyn, New York, author Audra Powell. She'll be here to talk about her new book, her new upcoming event in September that she's doing in Brooklyn, which is going to be really great. Also, we have producer, songwriter, rapper Castro Smith, hail from Yonkers. We are live in Yonkers, New York. We are at the East Harbor Japanese restaurant in
Best sushi in town, guys.
Yes.
Best sushi in town.
So please come through. We're
Yonkers.
here, Yonkers. We're probably going to start off with a song. And we're going to start off with what? We're going to start off with the song, The Brown Girl Letter of Love. It is a song. It got music. She told me my song is not a song. Excuse me, it's a song.
It's not a song. It's a spoken word.
It's music to it.
I don't know. It's not a spoken word. I'm walking in here and it's all on TV.
You can hear it. It's good. What? Yeah. I'm loved. I'm a strong. No, put it in the song. Strong brown woman. And I can do whatever I can do. Yes. Conqueror. I'll thank you, Dad. I love you. Hang on. Okay. This is author Pamela J. A book in a dream. You don't like my song? You ain't jamming the situation on the people.
Song. But it's not a song. It's a spoken word. It's an amazing spoken word, but it's not a song. You put some beats on it. Why you ain't sing?
Hashtag, we got this, we do this, we run this.
She rhyming.
I love you. My dearest brown girl, we are a part of a whole. The whole which stands together to tell our story. No matter what walk of life we tread, we are in this together. Our first guest is one of our guests is here. He's
David
Castro Streams, aspirations and visions with love. Our complexion tells us a story of strength. Albeit albino to Draco, we stand in love to showcase our story. Our story says, we are beautiful as we are. Our story says, through our differences and ethnicities, we
Damn, go ahead, Ninja.
It is a story of complexity as the world.
We got a ninja in our backstage. I'm excited. What? Oh, not the
As
shirt.
society wants to divide us
Merchandising.
and dim our light through deceit and manipulation. As our culture, rather, brown girls be at odds with one another, then encouraging in a warm, sincere embrace. As our culture tries to infiltrate our bond and tries to create despise for one another, we continue to uphold a meaningful, genuine fight for one another. Our story tells us the truth, that we are better than that. Better than any force that tries to divide us and bigger than any lie told to us. Our story is a story of believers, brown girls who we believe in ourselves and each other. We understand we are worthy and that self-worth is our inheritance, that our self-worth is our birthright. We remain solid when the world throws its weight around and attempt to disassemble us. As we continue to uplift one another as often as we can. It's a story of brown girls who encourage and support one another, who root for each other, send well wishes over each other, and pray for the other's highest and greatest good. We are achievers of our dreams, accomplishments, and of our goals. We are believers of truth, a truth that affords us room for growth and for our humanity. The truth that states a brown girl's lifelong legacy is a beautiful one. It's designed to overcome adversity. A legacy of doing the best we can We stand together in our unique beauty, a legacy of an abiding love which endures all things. Love you, brown girl, always me.
You can keep going.
We are live from Door Radio
From East Harbor Restaurant.
East Harbor Restaurant. Guys, brown girl, hashtag we got this. We are jamming to TLC. What about your friends? Come on in, Castro. All right, go ahead. Have a seat. This is Castro.
How you doing?
I'm glad you made it.
I'm here. You know that. It's one more.
Yes, please.
So she's the other lady. She's coming in right
So this is Angel Powell. Oh, I'm so glad she's here. You guys are on time.
Oh yeah. No doubt. I was right down the street actually.
How you doing?
I'm so glad you came. This is the This is Castro.
Oh yeah, we met
Yeah,
outside.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, come have a seat. Come have a seat, please. They're gonna bring out water. Oh, okay. Thank you for coming.
Right.
Yes.
You gonna bump elbows after you work. She kidnapped you too? You got kidnapped or you agreed to it?
I'm down with it. I'm down. Yeah.
I know that means he can't say nothing.
I'm sorry.
Okay, guys, our guest just came in. We are so happy. We got Andrea Powell from Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn's in the house. We got Castro Smith from Yorkton. They are here. We're gonna have a great show. So I'm glad you guys just continue to tune in.
What's going on, everybody? I'm here at East Harbor Restaurant. Best sushi in town. You want something good to eat? Make sure you hit up East Harbor and Yonde. Today on Brown Girl hashtag we got this. We do this.
We run this.
What? So I need everybody. I need you to go over to YouTube and search thedorradio.com. Brown Girl hashtag we got this. Take my special guest. I can't wait.
I got questions.
But you go first.
Yeah, I'll go first. Hi.
Yeah, go live. Go live on
Yes,
Instagram.
everybody go
go
live.
Everything. Yes,
Live
go
on
live.
everything.
Yes, please.
We're gonna be live all day.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm about to do it.
She got me working today.
It's that
As
work
you
day.
said.
So let me tell you, I want to introduce y'all real quick before we came back on the radio. So our secret ninja. He's awesome. Minister Curry doing that thing. The rebel. My apologies. He's awesome. He's a ninja. He did math for camera.
Okay, we have to say.
DoorRadio.com.
Hey, it's your girl, Author Pamela J. So, Door Radio. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. It's hot. So hot.
Hey, it's your girl, Author Pamela J. It is the Door Radio. We are Brown Girl. Hashtag we got this. Mark, is it echoing a lot? You can adjust it. We are here live at the show. We have Castro Smith and in the house. I'm so excited because this is our first time live
On location.
Right.
Okay, so now you took
Y'all
the
are
mic
making
totally
history with
off.
us.
Yeah.
Mark, can you hear me? You took me. It's totally off.
Thank you today.
Mark.
Okay.
Okay, we're having technical difficulties.
I'm gonna do something else.
What are you doing?
Something else.
Oh God, Mark. Hello, Mark. Okay,
Sure.
it's better. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
So what I wanted to start out with today is let's get to know our beautiful, beautiful host, author Pamela J. Right? We're on our 5th book. Can you tell us what it's like? Yay! And our 5th book is a children's book, Brown Girl. You know, get this for your children, your little girls, little boys. They'll learn respect. I love this book. So are you. So this being your first children's book, did you run into any challenges?
a lot of challenges.
Ooh, details.
This is wanted to be fun and happy and exciting and for kids to like the colors. So this was the hardest book that I had to do. So, oh, sorry. So, yes, Brown Girl, out of the 10 years that I've been a published author, this number 5 book, Brown Girl, was very difficult, but I'm very proud of the project that I put together because it is very insightful for little girls. Anybody can get something from this book. So it was really a challenge, but it was a great challenge.
I'm glad. So now, how did you make the choice of choosing your illustrator?
My illustrator, I thought would have been a great thing because the artist is 12. The illustrator is now he's 20, and they're brothers. So we it was a lot of collaboration, but they took my dream, like I was telling them what I wanted, and they put it on paper, and we produced what we produced. So it was really good. And he's also, that's his major in school, illustration. So a graphic designer. So he did an amazing, magnificent job. So hats off to you, Zaire Chandler Smith and Chandler, his brother. So they did all together. We really came up with a great project.
So my last final question, just for our brief insight, the author Pamela J. What made you want to be a writer? So on our first show, your mom told us a little bit. Don't make faces. I love you, Viola. Your mom told us that you would just like be in your room writing. What was inside? What made you want to write so much?
Because when you create, it's my own thing. So nobody can tell me what to do in my world. So it's my world, my rules, my goals, whatever I want my characters to do. They could be green, purple, blue. They can blow up the world. They can do whatever. So it's mine. So nobody can take that away from me.
I love that. Very good. And actually, I lied. It wasn't the last one. Last question. What advice would you give to someone who does have a passion for writing, for telling their story or any story? What suggestion would you give to them starting out?
Just write. I mean, now way back 10 years ago, it wasn't easy for independent authors to publish their own books because you had to get a publishing company to. Right. And as African American anyway, and as women, that's another hit. It's hard to get your book into that mainstream. So being that they gave us independent authors a forum for us to publish on our own and to create our own prices and to be our own promoters of our own work and have the say in our work, it's easier now. So I say, if you're not writing, it's because you don't want to write. Just do it. Just sit down. It's not rocket science. It's from anything that's come from you can't be wrong. You're the writer. You're the creator. So just write. Just write your story. And that's it.
Very good. I'm so happy. Thank you for giving us a little tidbit of you as we go along. I know we're going to learn a lot more, but I just wanted to let them know, a little briefness about you.
Okay, Miss LT.
Yes. Yeah.
A little briefing about you.
Oh, me?
Yes,
Yay.
about you.
Okay.
So tell me, what inspires you to be an entrepreneur?
The drive to not want to work for anyone else.
Right.
So we, as individuals, and growing up, I was told, you get a city job or get a job. But we're making so much money for other people who don't appreciate you whatsoever. The moment you're sick, oh, why you're not at work? Not, I hope you feel better. You know, if you die, you may get some flowers. If you retire, they want to give you some broken down watch. So now am I broken down? So I just figured I want to show my children something more, that they don't have to work for someone. If they want to, they can. But if they don't want to, believe in themselves, believe in their dreams, believe in what they want, and anything is possible. There's nothing to stop me but me. The world is limitless. Like our great guests, they're entrepreneurs. I can't wait to dig into them. But they're next. I'm sorry.
The co-host of the show. What made you want to do that? What made you want to be a part of the show?
So, I love author Pamela J, and I really believe in her craft, her creativity. So when I was invited, I was all for it because I could still be her support system on this radio show. You know, I can boost her up. I really do love. I can boost her up. I really do love Africa. I can support Miss Pamela J, the Rebel, Mr. Castro, Miss Audrey. I'm there. You know, that's where I'm at. I love helping people. And if you need me to be your co-host, I'm there. I got you. You know, if Miss Audrey needs me to print up some books, I'll find a printing press and I'll get it done. If Mr. Castro needs me to move some switches so he can go talk to people, I got it. You know what I mean? I love supporting people's dreams, you know, so that's why I came on for you.
Okay. Did you happen to read any of my books?
I've read all of your books. Okay, so what I will say is she's one of the best writers that I've come across. So she pulls no punches. You can tell in a lot of people's writing that they're holding back a little, you know, so that's what I love about the self-published author. That's another thing that makes me love her. She went the self-published route. I don't particularly care for publishers because they demand so much. They make you put them out. People love it, hate it, regardless, but it was you. It wasn't what, you know, the CEO said you should write. So I would never even suggest that. She has sole rights to say what she wants. I don't want anything, you know, anything to stifle you and such like that. So, you know, Side Chick is crazy. Side Chick is her last urban genre book that she wrote. And that is going to become a series. So you need to make sure you look out for that. It's crazy. And it's real life. It's realistic. You know, everybody once upon a time, they was a side chick. Even though you thought you was the main chick. Okay. I learn something new every day. You feel me? So just get side chick. It's the truth. It will help a lot of you side chicks. Hopefully it will empower you. You are a bit much. Hopefully it will empower you to not be one, whether you think you're the main chick, just because he did it then, or she, you never know which way, one of the side chicks, you know. So just love yourself so much, and that's what her books preach. Love yourself, self-love. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Dropping the props.
One last question. You have a management company. Tell me a little bit about your management company.
Well, Infinite Dreams Management is what it says. I have infinite dreams, and a lot of my clients, and actually all of them, we all have never-ending dreams. So once again, if I could be your support system and make you a star, then so be it. Like, I have a very good friend. She's very, very talented, and I manage her career. And the number one thing I tell her, she gets very upset with me, but the number one thing I tell her, I'm not low level, I'm big all in my head. So, but there are bigger agents, bigger managers who have different connections. So if that comes across her path, she should take it. She should take it. I can still be along for your ride. I just don't have to have that title. Accomplish all your dreams. Why not? And why should I be selfish? I don't have those connections. I can get you in Key Food all day. But if somebody can get you on Broadway, get them. You know what I'm saying? We can go to ShopRite, pay less when they was open. We can do all that. I got you. But there are a lot of people who have a lot more experience than me because I am growing. But I'll put you in their path. So I'm managing you, but grow. I'm not trying to stifle you. That's why I don't do contracts. If your word isn't good enough for me, I got you. God got you, because I'm still gonna be good, you know. But Infinite Dreams Management, I believe in everybody: artists, poets, singers, rappers, producers, authors, everything. And if I can help you do it on your own, where all that credit, all that money is in your pocket and not in the publisher's pocket, then I'm with you. Or the radio, you know, the record companies, you know, that's your work. They didn't do nothing. Just because they promoted you, so give them back their promotional money. But that money that you get from your work, that should be yours. You should have sole credit. Check out the Migos. That's how they did it. They started a different way, but they got all their money, you know? So.
All right, well, thank you, Miss LT. This was a great interview.
Yay!
Right now, we're gonna go to Tracy Chapman's fast car, and then we'll be back with our first guest, Miss Arthur Origin Power from Brooklyn.
Yeah, but well, after Audra, and
it's on, but it's not loud.
I'm hearing music. All right, Audrey.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't hype her.
Just because I'm telling her the truth.
Right.
She got a big head, don't she?
She's supposed to. If she don't know that herself, who will?
Right.
Okay.
Low
She
network
ain't
connection.
disgusting with it, and she not.
It's low network connection.
She's going on the weekend.
And she's a hugger.
Okay, that's good.
She's going on the weekend. Put it in my head. Please.
Is he laughing? He should be laughing.
Also, but they can get
It's on live.
If he laughing,
Okay, okay, we good.
yes.
Okay. Okay. So we good? Okay.
She don't realize it. She still
Okay. All right.
Watch this.
Okay.
I need to put on your earpiece so they don't know anything. Hi, Rebel, you got it all right. Hi, look at this boy.
Oh, I got, wait, let me get my question. She's just the one with the event in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That's her. That's what I was telling you. That's what I was saying.
We just gonna leave it. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Me and my Facebook friend, this is the first time I ever made ever in my life.
That's the beautiful.
Thank
On
you.
Facebook.
I'm deaf mad.
You feel what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say Bronx.
This is
I told you that.
It's okay. It's okay.
Born and raised like they.
It's okay.
You know, bro, like the credit, right? You like credit. Because
Okay.
You get credit on the news.
Oh, did you ever go in the studio?
Right.
Why not producing fabulous?
16 bars is hot.
I'm ready.
Are you going
No, he's
He's a, no, you said he's an artist.
yeah, he is an artist.
All right.
I do everything. Like I
He
do.
So
good.
what you gonna say?
He's my friend.
No. You do one hour show.
Yeah.
Okay. You can say
I like
little
that.
something. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You
Why
give
not?
us a little flavor. Go.
You gotta let it
Do one verse or something.
Yeah. I do a little something. I do a little something.
That's it. You ain't even talking about side check. That's coming. The song.
What I want to know is you.
Song.
What I want to know is you want to.
Not spent. You want to hear side check.
That's what you want to spit? Oh, we gotta bring them on the spit.
So how much is this book? Oh, it's 15.
This one? Side chick or brown girl?
Both. Brown girl is 25, but because this, this one's no, but I'm gonna have it at the event. Like, I'm gonna have all 5 books at the event.
No
problem. She
have to get it.
I'm trying to.
She
Okay, you guys told us.
I'm so excited about her event.
her event is everything.
Your
So
flyer
you
is
go
all over my face.
Yes,
means I don't gotta go with you, right?
You're going.
you're going.
I have to go. You're making me play the music.
Is she making you?
No, that's not.
we
went.
You know you can't do stuff.
You're not coming.
Oh yeah,
everybody just
I will.
for
This
the
is like a movie I saw.
Yeah, we have Facebook now. We trending.
We got trending there.
We triggered.
Make sure you record.
Why you getting me? I'm talking to her. Yeah.
So do my phone.
And you know Tara too. She's abusive.
You did
see
enough
that Facebook
videos?
Live, friends? I see it. I saw that. Yo, we don't have nobody talking to us on YouTube. There is. What does that say?
That's Zaire.
So
my boy.
we need the. That's what you need to mention that when we come
Okay,
back.
when I come back.
Yeah. Can you read what it says?
No, it just, I know it's
mad
him.
far.
I can't see that.
What it say?
You got to put on your
I
stick.
mean, the rest. Girl, I got on contacts and I can't see it. I just know something's there.
That's it.
How you gonna say damn? Damn.
This is your song, Great Love You.
Okay. Okay, let me second it.
Okay, we're about to come back up.
Can you take it off the live and then please? Thank you. Trying to do the videos and then like put it on Instagram and Facebook and
Oh,
Twitter and all
yeah.
that.
Then you're gonna have to edit it because Instagram only lets about 15 minutes.
Well, you know you're gonna edit it,
But did you put a video on it?
Oh, no, I'm gonna call my brother to do it.
You're gonna make it happen, right? So you're gonna.
You gotta
Another
go.
song.
I should have
Yo, I
never did this in
can't.
front of me. I'm sorry.
Investors stay at home.
We might have to have a talk.
Right.
Can I ask you
Then if I say
I'm all in her business.
Right.
I'm all in her business. And I want you to move up. Move up.
Hello?
Audrey.
Move up.
Yeah, I want to see.
Oh, we ready? Okay, we ready. Sorry. Okay, I'm
A
ready.
little bit more.
Fade in now.
You need to
Now.
ride for the event.
Okay, we going live.
You need to ride for the event.
No. No.
That means I can load up my car real quick.
LT.
And Miss LT Brown Girls hashtag we got this. We have our first guest, Miss Audrey Powell. Yes, author.
Entrepreneur.
Audrey Powell, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for hearing all of the Empress. Okay. I've been correcting now. Okay.
This just makes everything I just said so much truer. I'm sorry.
All right. So you are here from Brooklyn / the Bronx. You're representing both boroughs. I was made to correct, so I'm sorry. She's representing both boroughs out here.
Yeah.
And thank you for coming out to our show.
Yes. Yo, I am so elated to meet you. All Pam can talk about is Audrey Powell. Audrey Powell. I love it.
Yes, we have been Facebook friends for a minute, and this is our first time encountering each other. So I'm really glad that you agreed to come into the show. I have some questions for you. How old were you when you knew I'm going to be an author?
I mean, there wasn't like an exact age. I just started writing from elementary school, and I was writing like short poems. And then at some point I wanted to do like short stories, and then I would read like the Goosebumps because I grew up reading Goosebumps books. So I was like, I like his writing style. Let me try to, at least do something that's, interesting and something that would, pull in my audience. So yeah.
Okay, that's really good. And what inspires you to write? What is your genre of writing? What is this? What inspires you? What makes you want to write about this particular thing or this particular situation?
For example, I'm working on relaunching my first book, which is my memoir that I started. It was dedicated to my dad because my dad wasn't in my life growing up. So I wanted to, get an audience of young girls or even young boys or teenage guys that go through, the absence of their father or their mom not being there and how it impacted them and how it affected them. So I wanted to be like, you don't want to be stuck in a pit hole for so long. You want to at least, get over it at some point and just be like, okay, this happened to me. Let me, just get over it and not be stuck on the past and what happened.
That's deep, and I like that concept. Mm-hmm. So are you going to put that book out?
Yes.
Okay.
I like that you wrote memoirs,
Mm-hmm.
one at your age, and then two, so that your absentee father can have an insight of what you lost, what you were not a part of, what you missed out on, because I made it and I did it without you.
Right.
So imagine, like,
bite me. I love that. Yeah. Yes. Oh wow, that's very exciting.
Okay, I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit. Can you tell us about your amazing event that you're putting together in Brooklyn?
Okay,
in September in Brooklyn, right?
Okay, so my event is going to be in the Bronx.
Oh, it's in the
and it's gonna be at my high school. Okay, so it's gonna be at my high school in the Bronx. This event has to do with bringing authors, self-published authors, actually, to promote their work and have speak their truth and basically just promote their work and know that they're self-published authors and we're grinding, we're doing our thing. So
Okay, and this petition you have going around, what's that about?
the petition is for me to open up my very own bookstore. I do want to open up my very own bookstore.
Black owned.
I do want to open up my very own bookstore and put on self-published authors also, because it's very difficult trying to put your book in a store, especially Barnes and Noble, other bookstores. It's like a level of requirements that you have to have in order to qualify to have your book in the store. So it's like with these self-published authors that I have, I can just easily just put them on and have their book in my store with no problem, with no requirements.
That's amazing.
I have a question real quick. What made you decide to organize such an event? What happened?
Because I feel like self-published authors don't get that type of recognition.
You better say that again.
They do not get they don't get the recognition that they deserve. So I feel like they, having my events in different boroughs and even in different states, it'll help authors be known and recognized for the hard work that they do. So that's why I want to hold my different types of events.
Okay, I just want to know, everybody's texting me. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Girl, you have work, baby.
For real.
22.
With memoirs.
With memoirs, and she got a head turned up. That's amazing. And a great.
Yes.
Yes, I'm impressed.
I'm extremely impressed.
Yes, I'm really impressed. Okay, and what is your book that is out now? What's the name of your book, and how can we get it?
It's called DLB. It's abbreviated Deception, Lies, and Betrayal. It's on Kindle. It'll be available I think in the middle of September.
Okay.
So yeah, everybody will be able to. If you're coming to the event, which you should,
let them know.
Come on, you should come on to the event. I'll be selling my paperback copy books, so as well as other authors, so you guys will be able to meet them.
Tell them the name of the event, where to go, how to get in contact with you about the event.
Okay.
Let them know.
So I will be going live. I definitely have an Instagram. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Facebook. My name is Audrey Powell on Facebook. My Instagram is Empress, which is like 10 S's, so you'll be able to find me. My name will pop up. And yeah, that's about it. So, do I have a poem?
Okay, so Miss LT put her on the spot.
I did not. She put herself on the spot. I was on the line.
I'm just like
if she has a poem that she wants to share with us, you can.
I don't have a poem.
Okay.
Actually.
Next time you come.
Yeah, next time I got you.
I'll make sure to check her out.
Oh, you're gonna come back and visit us?
Yes, she's gonna
Of
come
course
back.
I am.
Yay!
Of
Oh, I'm very
course.
excited about that as well.
Yes.
After the event, so
Yes, after
tell
the
us
event,
how
she
it
tells us how to
goes.
win.
Yeah.
Of course, she's one of them.
So you'll see me.
Oh,
She'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come get you.
Look, she ain't your woman. You can come get me.
It's for her. It's for her.
I'm around the door.
Oh,
You
right.
come get me. I'm your queen.
Really great. I mean, I've been anticipating. I've been happy every time she asks me something. I send my request, everything, because it's really hard for people to recognize us. So I'm very excited for the event. Now tell them what day.
So it will be on a Tuesday, September 17th. On a Tuesday, it'll be at, what did I say? At a charter high school in the Bronx.
And what's the address?
You
Humanities 2, charter high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So We're going to take a brief pause. We're going to put on a song. We're going to put on, oh my God, I don't even know what song. Oh, 90s Girl. Please, we're going to put on 90s Girl, and we'll be back after that with some more questions for Audrey Powell. Yay!
You want me to look up the address?
No, I
Yeah.
got it right there.
Thank you.
It's on the flyer, right?
At all.
Yeah.
Is it on the flyer?
Did anybody ask any questions? Like,
No.
wow.
I'm saying, they didn't.
He got my song.
They
You
not like
can
you
pause that if you want. But
You said humanities too, right?
Charter High School.
455 Southern Boulevard.
Okay.
I was just gonna bring up your flyer so you could just,
yeah,
but it's not even on that.
that is so funny.
You
Because
can read it,
What?
join it.
I just got stuck because
Yeah.
And about,
he put on method man before, so that's why he put stuff on before. Because he said he kept.
say nothing about no method man either. He said just say it.
People are waiting at you though.
He didn't do that. He did something else. So we got extra.
Hi, y'all.
I've been waiting back.
Yeah, 90s girl.
Yeah, but we have extra music for the second
Yeah,
half.
waterfalls.
Yeah, thank you. You better have been in the Bronx. I don't remember agreeing with driving to Brooklyn.
Oh, I didn't know where it was. I'm
No,
sorry.
it was in, no,
When
it
you
was
said
in
it,
the
it threw me
Bronx
off. I
at
was
my
like,
high
what?
school. Charter school, yeah.
I didn't.
So if you need the matter of fact, I could
I
just
gotta
send it
wanna-
to you. I'll
yeah.
send it in the chat.
455
Okay.
Southern Boulevard,
Okay.
the Bronx.
Because it's
1455.
1:30, right?
Oh no, the time, because the thing is, that's another thing. The time has changed to like 4 to 7.
4 p.m. to
7.
7. No
So
problem.
just make sure you
4
say
to 7 longer.
That means I gotta take a day off of work.
I was trying to get it longer.
Alright, just remind me so I can take a day off of work.
And then after that.
So September
I
17th.
got that part. I just gotta take the day off of work because I was gonna leave early. Now I'm
Just
gonna
come
take
in.
off.
No, cash don't.
Because I usually stay at 11 working.
Okay.
So I just leave early.
Okay, so when.
You still want me to bring the guy to take a picture?
Huh?
You want me to bring my camera?
Yeah, you can bring
You
it.
have to. You know, I thought you said you wanted to say something about what he did.
Oh, you got my phone. 0828.
It ain't.
No, I'm saying it's a lot. 0828.
It's fine.
Yeah, I look cold. I feel so comfortable right now.
It's nice in there.
I had
Thank you. Like,
I'm using my cold.
I'm bad
What's your name?
I'm Chris.
She was
Most people call me Drake.
so funny. She
My
was
name
like,
Minister Kelly, but they call me the Mouth. I'm actually doing a song for that.
no, because I was supposed to be on somebody's podcast and the lady just flopped. Like she didn't tell me any information. She didn't let me know anything. So I was just like, but I'm supposed to be on the radio show, on the podcast, and you didn't even tell
Say
me
nothing,
anything.
no communication.
Nothing. So I'm just like, that's why I gotta be. That's why I had to be sure. Like,
But
You like my
I'm
of course. I posted that on Instagram.
He live.
Okay.
He doesn't like the lighting.
He said, remember it's still live on YouTube.
Yeah, cause you always, yeah, cause you always do that, that's why.
And YouTube.
No. I'm doing that. That's what I'm doing.
You still on.
My thing at 6 o'clock when we go after the
I
work
remember
report.
when it cut off.
Cut off.
I should have put my sweater on cold.
It's too hard.
Want me to check if I left my jacket in the car?
Wait.
All know each other. Can I go get your jacket now?
Okay.
Tired. I'm good too.
Yeah, your purse and then iPad's right here.
Yeah, everybody didn't know, but we lost our pastor.
I was just telling him.
Yeah, we
Oh,
lost our
sorry,
pastor,
yeah.
Pastor McCann. Yeah, I'm like, everybody knows Pastor McCann, right? He died on my mother's birthday, and he called me while I was out, and he was yelling at me in the text like, "You need to answer the phone down."
Bro, I told her, call me ASAP.
And I
This
had to
was,
leave because he didn't want to listen.
Wow.
She's like, I don't know how many times I gotta remind you.
And she just said it, I still went answer.
No, this is not on. This is. Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna get help.
What?
Okay, so how many more questions do you have? And is it Audrey? That's what I thought.
Audrey. I'm saying Audrey.
It's okay.
Audrey.
So when I go, I just press that one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that's fine. I'm always cold for it.
And you want me to believe something else?
That's how we do that. That's how we do
Listen.
When you have an awesome
He's a good guy.
Exactly.
I am
He's
in
not
love-
cheating.
No, I'm
There
in
you go.
love with him. And I've met him 20, 30
There you
minutes.
Once she gets home safely, I'll be good. My day, when she gets home safely, my day can continue. Go back to being horrible.
Okay.
I want one.
I don't.
I do.
I'm used to my brother.
She said she would be
Is he cool like you? You shorter than you?
Everyone's shorter than me.
Okay, then I'm good.
So we're going to
How about 6? You want a 6 foot dude?
Or better.
I'm sorry, I didn't think it got better than that.
You're gonna get.
You ready?
We gotta go to 45. We gotta start the movie.
Give me something.
Let me know when you want me to go back on.
Good.
I don't know who's who, but you got Destiny Hawkins, Nate Fendi, Aaliyah Raphael, Elise Samantha.
going on right now, guys. Hey, yes, this is Tadora Radio. Brown Girl, hashtag we got this. Author of the day.
And Miss LT.
And Miss Author Audrey Powell from the Bronx. So, Audrey, I have some more questions for you. One question, as an independent author, how much would it take if a publishing house came to you and said, I want to publish your book? Like, would you go for it? Because I'm gonna give you some. They'll come to you. I love your book. I'm gonna give you $150,000.
I feel like my book is worth more than that.
Okay,
I feel like it's
What would the deal for you be for you to
Ideal
deal for them to say, I'm gonna take your book and I'm gonna put it all everywhere? What would that price be? What would that be?
wow. I really wow.
200,000, 300,000,
2 million.
2
I don't
million.
know what the number she told
No,
me.
because I'm saying no. That's how they start low.
No, I know.
Like what they do
Crackhead and you thirsty and you gonna hop on 100 grand.
and give up all your rights to this book. So that means you only gonna get $150,000 or $250,000, but everything else that they do with your book, yeah.
It would be in the millions because I'm not settling. Like my mother always taught me to never settle for less. Always go above and beyond. So yeah.
If they offer $1 million, they'll offer 2.
If they really want you, yeah. The reason why
That means I would have no rights.
you would have no more rights. Now if they talk.
The answer I gotta take it from you so that they reap the majority of the benefit for the next 50, 60 years. Why are you not making money from it for the next 50, 60 years?
That's
Yes.
true.
And the reason why I asked because I was just offered a dollar amount for Brown Girl.
Wow.
And the dollar amount that I was offered, I know it's ain't gonna be on Disney because they ain't getting They not having her. This was blood, sweat, and tears.
Right.
And for somebody, it's like, nah, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And it was the worst deal ever. But they thought
That it was
the money
something.
that they was offering me, I was going to be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go.
Because you're gonna hop on it, but
No.
a lot of people do. What isn't that one story that the Terry McMillan story? Tell us that.
When
story.
this was years ago, at the Circle of Sisters, they host it every year at the Jackson Center. And Terry McMillan gave a workshop for independent authors. Of course, I went to the workshop. So I went to the workshop and she was explaining how I don't, but she had them up there on the panel and she was talking to them and she was telling us, you know, oh, don't buy my book because I'm paid, like basically buy their books. Like she was telling us to buy their books, number one. And then she explained that her very first book that she wrote, she first came out. And a publishing company, she did not tell us the publishing company she dealt with.
Millions. To this day,
She
it still
doesn't
makes
get any
millions. And she gets nothing. But
that was her first deal,
crap.
but you know what it was?
She was so
She was excited and she wanted the people to see her book. When, as an author, and just to hear me, I don't care who reads my book, but if they get your story and they love it, what's the feeling for you for that?
I mean, if they get my book and they read it, it makes me confident. Like,
you a writer, like you got this, right? Like, I'm good, right?
It is what it is.
And it does. It makes you, somebody reads your work and they understand it and they like, yo, I get this all the time. Mm-hmm. I need more. Your book is too small. I want to know more. And I'm like, you know, and that's it. All right, so Audrey, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
And let us know a little something.
And we're gonna do this event. It's gonna be great. It's in the Bronx. It's from 4 to
7.
And where else is it gonna be?
At 4.
The show.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So yes, hi everyone. So it was so great to have Audrey Powell here with us. It's just been a great experience. And I need to say that I met a superstar because she's about to blow up.
Yes.
Sat right next now is the Brown Girl World Report. So the World Report is our version of the news. We're going to give you good, bad, ugly, but mostly good. Okay. So I want to start out with one of the most amazing things that I think I've ever heard, according to BBation of a crime in space. So what happened was Miss Annie McClain, and she's a NASA astronaut, she decided while she was up at the International Space Station that she was going to go into her estranged husband's bank accounts via the internet, unauthorized, and go through his stuff, maybe jack a little money. So we finally have a space crime. And it was done by a female report going on Russia Today, and they had a map up of what they were speaking of. Miss New Zealand, they had Japan where New Zealand was. And they had, this is how you know the news. The news is not good for much. You know, you take the news with a grain of salt, especially because a lot of their stuff is not correct. They don't even know where countries are on the map. Go figure. So last but not least, the Prime Minister is challenging Trump to drop the barriers to the UK exports. So the Prime Minister is basically at verbal war with Trump because he's canceling all foreign exports. And they don't think that that's fair because the UK, yes, it is foreign, but it's a lot of stuff that they export from. But a meat pie, I'm good, all right? And from rulers. So your business and a lot of money that's going, it's messing with our money. And we don't want that, right? So last but not least, for world news, our own Mark V. He is of Sador Radio LLC. Yay, LLC. Yay. He is the creator of a great series called Intertwine. So I would just want to make sure all our listeners are out there and you keep an eye out for Intertwine. Intertwine is going to be something life, family, love, struggles with herself. It's going to be amazing to watch. Make sure you check Mark V out, Intertwine. Now, in finance, I'd like to talk. So we as a people, we like to run through our money and spend our money. And every now and then you need to look at billionaires and millionaires. They became that way because it just give you a few stock tips, maybe some franchises, stock analysts to watch, just so that you can, it just give you a few stock tips, maybe some franchises, stock analysts to watch, just so that you can beef up your portfolio, okay? So there are 5 stocks I want to talk about. Tencent Holdings, and believe it or not, most of these are video game companies. Invest in video games. it's out of control. But don't buy games, because you just fattening the stockholders' pockets. Buy stocks in the game. So Tencent Holdings, they are the company that brings Fortnite to life. You need to buy stock in them. They're about to blow up. Their yearly holdings up to this date has surpassed Netflix. So if you're going to buy a stock, you should definitely get to Tencent Holdings Limited. And on the stock exchange, they're registered as TCEHY. The next one I'd like to talk about is NetEase. They're another one, and they actually do, what's that one? Call of Duty. They're a great company. Their revenue is in the billions. Some stock in NetEase too. That's NT Entrepreneur. Miss Audrey's an entrepreneur. There's entrepreneurs all around us, right? So why not buy into a franchise? So Healthy You Vending. Those are vending machines with a whole bunch of healthy food in it. And why not make money from it? Capitalize off of this health and wellness money that's $1 billion trillion industry. And all you need is $30,000 to invest in it. You can do that. Get that loan. The stock analyst to watch, if you ever really want to really invest into stock, David Garner. He's one of the best stock analysts out there. Read his reports. Go to his website. His website is The Motley Fool. His stock report is called The Motley Fool Rule Breaker, because he gives you all the insights. He'll even teach you how to trade stock. So make sure you look into it. Last but not least, and I wanted to end the Brown Girl World Report with two very great things. So actually three things. The Brown Girl to watch. The Brown Girl to watch is what we're going to use to spotlight her, you two Latinas, anybody, a woman of color who have done something, who aspire to be better and is willing and more than capable of helping others. So our Brown Girl for 42 years worked with a team of engineers that developed geographical positioning system. So for you who don't know, a woman, Gladys West, she invented the GPS. We wouldn't have the GPS if it wasn't for her math. We wouldn't have it if it wasn't for her ideas. We wouldn't have it without her. She also worked, we wouldn't have it without her. She also worked on a satellite that uses Google Earth. So the satellite, it gets the shape, it measures the size and the shape of the Earth. And we would have no idea how to get anywhere. If it wasn't for Gladys, we wouldn't have any of that. So kudos to Gladys. Yes. Next, this will definitely be part of our financial part of the World Report, but I'd like to give some extreme kudos to the following 13 people. So according to Forbes, on March 5th, they recorded out of 2,153 people who made the list of world billionaires, 13 of them were Black. Hey! So real quick, I'm just going to run through it. I'm not even going to go through the whole 13. You'll be able to get it on our Facebook or on our Instagram. But I do want to mention Robert F. Smith. He's an American, 5 billion. David Stewart, American, 3 billion. Oprah Winfrey, American. All the 13 people, what they do, where they're from. We'll have that up on our social media later on today. So finally, of the Brown Girl World Report, we have our diva in history. So our diva in history is going to speak of briefly, even here right now. And who I want to talk about real quick is Shirley Chisholm. She broke major barriers when she became the first Black congressman in 1968. She continued on her politician track when she ran for the president 4 years later, making her the first major party Black female candidate to ever run. So when a little girl says black, white, or purple, I can be president, anything is possible. She can run, you can run, everybody can run. Shirley believed in herself. All you got to do is believe in you. Thank you so much for listening to Brown Girl World Report. Yeah, World Report. Thank you.
Okay, this is the end of the first half of Brown Girl Hashtag. We got this. We're gonna close out the show with the first half of the show. We're gonna close out the first half of the show with give you some music.
Take a quick break.
Take a quick break, and we'll be back by 6:05.
The red one. The red one.
This one?
Yes.
I was dead.